From epic adventures to emotional roller coasters, anime has given us worlds we'll never forget. But among hundreds of series, there are only a select few that can truly be called the greatest. So in this special video, we're counting down the top 20 greatest anime series of all time. Starting off the list at number 20, we have Mob Psycho 100. Mob Psycho 100 is a visually stunning and emotionally rich series that redefines what it means to be a supernatural anime. The story follows Shigeo Kageyama, better known as Mob, a quiet, awkward middle schooler with overwhelming psychic powers. But unlike most overpowered characters, Mob isn't chasing fame, dominance, or glory. All he wants is a normal life. Of course, with power like his, that kind of peace is nearly impossible. From shady organizations to rival psychics, Mob is constantly pulled into battles he never asked for. What follows is a wild mix of jaw-dropping fights, absurd comedy, and some of the most creative animation ever put on screen. And since the series is fully completed, you can binge the entire story from start to finish without waiting, making it one of the most rewarding watches in anime. At number 19, we have Hajime no Ippo. Numerous anime series effectively portray sports realistically, yet in my view, none excel quite like Hajime no Ippo. The protagonist, Ippo Makunuchi, is an underdog, a timid, bullied high schooler who uncovers a talent for boxing. The show follows Ippo's journey from an inexperienced beginner to a skilled fighter, accentuating his personal and athletic evolution. Ippo's modesty, perseverance, and benevolence make him a character to cheer for. His progression is portrayed realistically and with emotional depth. The combination of heart, excitement, and humor solidifies its status as one of the premier sports anime ever created.
We will build a time machine first, and CERN will come to nothing because we will rule the world instead! Yes, that's it! Show me what you've got!
Coming in at number 18, we have Steins Gate. Steins Gate is the perfect anime for anyone looking for a little mystery and some excellent intrigue. Steins Gate follows Rintaro Okabe, a scientist who is always excited for experimentation and exploration. He founded the Future Gadget Laboratory with Mayuri and Hashida to create never-before-seen technology. Unfortunately, the best that the trio could come up with was a microwave that turned bananas into mere slime. However, Rintaro discovers there's more to this seemingly useless microwave than what meets the eye. Users can send messages to the past with it. Rintaro soon discovers that it's somewhat of a time travel device. Steins Gate grips viewers from the start and continues to be considered as best time travel anime of all time. At number 17, we have Code Geass, one of the most popular mecha anime. Code Geass was an amazing ride from start to finish, not only having one of the best first episodes, but also one of the best and most unforgettable endings. Lelouch Lamperouge, a high school boy, is roped into a terror plot by Japanese freedom fighters to liberate their home from Britannia, the global superpower. On the verge of death, the brilliant tactician is granted the divine visual power known as Geass, and thus he starts his struggle to exact revenge on Britannia, the country that he was once a prince of, and tore apart his family. The series features an amazing display of war, genocide, oppression, and imperialism, making Lelouch's intense battle all the more engaging. The mecha aspect is also done well, with the varying nightmare frames being one of the best features of the series.
I'll make this right! Come on! Just try and stop me, you fakes! There is only one man I'll let kill me. All might is worthy!
Taking the number 16 spot, we have My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is one of the best superhero anime shows of all time. In My Hero Academia's world, superheroes run the world, but it's a fatally flawed system where the hero's rule paradoxically creates the cruelest shonen villains of all time. This perpetuates the struggle of good versus evil with no end in sight. My Hero Academia follows the story of Izuku Midoriya and his quest to become a great hero even if he was born quirkless. Midoriya later becomes All Might's heir as the 9th wielder of the One-for-All quirk. However, it's a serious burden even for the tough and idealistic Izuku Midoriya, and the fight to save the world will cost him more than he's ready to pay.
Was my mother really trying to save me that day? Or did she confuse me with my sister? Well, which is it? Which one of us didn't she need?
At number 15, we have Monster. Monster is a show that presents a multifaceted story with terrific characters and intriguing development. When Dr. Kenzo Tenma makes the difficult choice to save the life of a young boy instead of a town's mayor, he thinks he's done the right thing, but that's called into question when the little boy grows up to be a serial killer. Feeling responsible for the boy's actions, Dr. Tenma sets out on a mission to stop him. Brilliantly written and featuring one of the best villains in anime, don't let the age of this show as well as its 74-episode length stop you from watching it. I assure you that by the end of it all, you'll know you have seen a classic.
You should just give up.
This world is no use for someone like you, a poor magicless fool. You might as well give it all up right now. You are born a loser, you worthless runt. My magic is never giving up.
At number 14, we have Black Clover. Often compared with other modern shonen, Black Clover has carved out its own place as one of the best shonen anime of all time. While the beginning of the show might feel a bit slow, the payoff is huge, with rich world building, intense battles, and steady character growth. Black Clover is without a doubt one of the best modern anime. The story follows Asta, a boy born without magic in a world where magic is everything. Yet he refuses to give up on his dream of becoming the Wizard King. If you want a modern shonen that feels fresh but still captures that classic energy, Black Clover is absolutely worth your time.
あの時の俺なら領域展開福間水氏
宿儺の領域福間水
At number 13, we have Jujutsu Kaisen. At first glance, it might seem like just another shonen, but it doesn't take long to realize it's on a whole different level. Yuji Itadori is a protagonist, but characters like Satoru Gojo are so magnetic, they practically redefine what it means to be a fan favorite. What really sets Jujutsu Kaisen apart is how it blends everything: bone-crushing battles, dark horror elements, sharp humor, and moments of real emotional weight. And when it comes to animation, MAPPA absolutely went off delivering fight scenes that feel like pure spectacle. If you're looking for a series that's stylish, gripping, and unafraid to get heavy, Jujutsu Kaisen is easily among the best of its generation, and already a contender for one of the greats.
何が楽しい何が面白い命を何だと思っているんだどうして忘れる
Coming in at number 12, we have Demon Slayer. Animated by Ufotable, the series raised the bar for visual storytelling in shonen anime. And right now, with the Infinity Castle movie airing, fans around the world are going crazy for it. Proof of just how unstoppable this series has become. At its core, though, Demon Slayer is a heartfelt story about love and resilience. Tanjiro Kamato's life is shattered when his family is slaughtered by demons, leaving only his sister Nezuko alive. Though she's turned into a demon herself. Determined to save her and avenge his family, Tanjiro joins the Demon Slayer Corps, taking on threats far beyond his limits. With arcs like the Entertainment District and Swordsmith Village pushing the boundaries of fight choreography and visuals, earned Demon Slayer's spot among the greatest anime series of all time. At number 11, we have the Dragon Ball series. The Dragon Ball franchise just never seems to end, and honestly, that just gives fans more enjoyable shows to feast on. This is the series that didn't just define shonen, it put anime on the global map. Few characters in anime, or fiction in general, are as iconic as Goku. His journey from Earth's defender to a universal legend shaped generations of fans and created some of the most memorable battles ever put to screen. If this were simply a list of the most influential or essential anime of all time, Dragon Ball would easily claim the #1 spot. Its cultural impact is undeniable. Yes, the series has its flaws, pacing issues, filler, and endless debates about power scaling, but none of that can take away from what Dragon Ball accomplished. It remains a timeless classic, aging remarkably well, and still capable of delivering the same hype, goosebumps, and raw excitement that made it legendary in the first place.
お前も殺してやる絶対に殺してやるぶっ殺してやるぞ殺してやる
ガキのくせになんて目しやがる
Entering the top 10, we have Vinland Saga. Only a handful of anime can truly shift the mindset of young viewers, and Vinland Saga is one of them. What begins as a ruthless tale of vengeance in Season 1 slowly transforms into a deeply moving story about peace, forgiveness, and the meaning of life. Season 1 delivers all the bloodshed, strategy, and brutality you'd expect from a Viking age. But then Season 2 strips away the violence and forces both Thorfinn and the audience to confront the question: what does it mean to live without hatred? This shift divided some fans, but those who stayed saw one of the most profound payoffs in anime storytelling. At number 9, we have the greatest sports anime ever, Haikyuu. Some of you might hate me for ranking this above your personal favorites, but trust me guys, this isn't just another sports anime. As a former athlete myself, watching Haikyuu felt like I was living in it. The story follows Shoyo Hinata, a short but determined volleyball player with dreams of reaching the national stage. He joins Karasuno High, a once great team that had fallen into obscurity, and together with his teammates, he fights to bring the school back to glory. The characters, their struggles, personalities, and growth make you feel invested in every second of it. Unlike many sports anime that rely on flashy, unrealistic techniques, Haikyuu keeps things grounded, showcasing the raw effort, frustration, and triumphs of real competition. That's why Haikyuu isn't just a sports anime. It's one of the greatest anime experience you'll ever watch.
And when I find him, his capture will be the world's liberation. I'll uncover Kira's real identity if it's the last thing I do.
I swear, I am justice! Kill me if you can!
At number 8, we have Death Note, an anime that needs no introduction. It's a gateway series for those people who want to seriously watch anime. Death Note was also my first introduction to anime too. The story follows Light Yagami, a teen who gains supernatural abilities via the Death Note, a book that grants the user the ability to kill anyone they want, just by writing that person's name in the book. With the power of the Death Note and a genius intellect, Light goes on a genocidal moral crusade that impacts the world. What ensues beyond is a cat-and-mouse game between world-class investigators who rival Light in cunning and intellect. This show has gone on to inspire many other dark protagonist shows in anime, as well as many live-action adaptations, which rightfully earns its place as one of the best and most influential anime of all time.
波動の90黒棺
At number 7, we have Bleach. As one of the legendary Big 3 anime, Bleach is an anime that defined an entire era of shonen anime. Ichigo Kurosaki, an ordinary high schooler, suddenly finds himself thrown into the world of soul reapers, hollows, and battles that decide the fate of both the living and the dead. Now, let's be real. Bleach isn't perfect. With 366 episodes in its original run, nearly half are filler, and yeah, the pacing sometimes takes a hit. But when Bleach is at its best, it's peak shonen. The fights, the music, the drip of the character designs. It's iconic. And with the 1,000-year Blood War arc finally animated a decade later, the hype is back stronger than ever. Whether you're revisiting it or watching for the first time, Bleach has deserved its place among the greatest. Skip the filler if you want, but don't skip this experience.
ただの白い紙だぜ。
At number 6, we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh my god. This is a normal response from watching this weirdly amazing shonen anime that follows the different generations of the Joestar family. It was tough to decide on which part of the long-running series was deserving of this spot, so we're taking all of this bizarre series into account. It has a unique art style that is not everyone's cup of tea, but the way the storyline of this anime progressed only made more and more people love it. In the recent seasons of the anime, the art style has also become more modernized and sleek. Fans of the series are now waiting for the next arc of the manga, Steel Ball Run, to be animated. So even though it has a polarizing effect on its audience, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is one of the most famous anime of all time. Entering the top 5, we have Hunter x Hunter. Do you know why Hunter x Hunter is one of the greatest shonen series of all time? The plot, pacing, and characters of this show are considered to be second to none. Hunter x Hunter starts out with a familiar trope. A hero, in this case a young boy named Gon, leaves his small town for the first time on an adventure. He leaves the island on a quest to find his long-forgotten father who had left him behind. His only clue? He's a world-famous licensed hunter. So Gon sets off to take the notoriously deadly exam and become a hunter himself. It sounds mundane and almost cheery, but Hunter x Hunter is anything but the emotional highs and lows and the arcs of both the protagonists and antagonists are some of the best. At number 4, we have Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Looked upon as one of the greatest anime of all time, it is no shock to say Fullmetal Alchemist is perfect from start to finish. The show follows Edward and Alphonse, two brothers who lost an arm and a leg and their whole body, respectively, in an alchemy experiment gone wrong. They now travel across the country in search of ways to bring back what they lost, while also stopping a government conspiracy. Fullmetal Alchemist is everything a fan could want from an anime. It has comedy, action, drama, mystery, adventure, a thrilling plot, great animation, and wonderful characters. The story consistently evolves to deliver new information and shocking developments, keeping the show fresh and interesting. Most characters get a satisfying arc, and the ending is one of the best in anime.
What is it?
At number 3, we have Naruto. Naruto earns its place as one of the best shonen of all time. It's full of action-packed fight sequences, hilariously fun moments, and dramatic scenes that pull at your heartstrings. It tells the story of a young boy who dreams of becoming the Hokage of his village and his journey to becoming one of the greatest ninjas of all time. In Naruto Shippuden, the story takes a darker and more serious tone as the characters are now older and face even more daunting challenges from the shadows, as well as themselves. The Naruto anime series is known for its memorable characters and relationships. Its success has helped popularize anime on a global scale, contributing to the medium's mainstream acceptance. This is why there is no question this anime has to be on the list of greatest anime of all time. At number 2, we have One Piece. Undoubtedly the grandest adventure in anime history, One Piece has become more than just an anime. It's a cultural phenomenon. It follows Monkey D. Luffy, a carefree dreamer who sets sail to become the Pirate King. With his crew, the Straw Hat Pirates, Luffy faces ruthless warlords, corrupt governments, rival pirates, and impossible odds, all while chasing the ultimate treasure, the One Piece. With over 1,100 episodes and counting, One Piece stands as one of the longest-running anime of all time. Decades later, it's only gotten stronger, with arcs like Marineford, Dressrosa, and Wano delivering some of the most emotional, action-packed, and unforgettable moments in anime history. And that's why even after more than 2 decades, One Piece isn't just a great anime, it's one of the greatest stories ever told.
A declaration of war!
At the top of this list, we have Attack on Titan. Do we really need to say anything about the phenomenon that is Attack on Titan? After a decade, Attack on Titan's anime wrapped up and cemented the series' status as an all-time great. Attack on Titan unfolds in a dystopian world where humanity shelters within enormous walled cities to safeguard themselves from Titans, colossal humanoid beings that consume humans apparently without reason. Anime starts with an undeniable sense of mystery, as the wild premise automatically invites so many questions. That story, of course, being that one following Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. Their tale is so engrossing, both due to the triumphs this trio makes and the horrors they bear witness to. Attack on Titan might have one of the most absurd settings for an anime ever, but it's somehow become one of the most approachable for new people, and that's a pretty big achievement. While the ending of the series was pretty polarizing, Attack on Titan will still go down in history as one of the most greatest anime series of all time. So that wraps up our list of 20 greatest anime of all time. And remember, at the end of the day, what makes an anime the greatest is deeply personal. It's all about your preferences and what resonates with you the most. And make sure to let us know your favorites in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more anime content, and click on this video to know 33 hidden details in Attack on Titan, or on this for 15 completed anime series of all time. Until then, see you next time.